The dust has barely settled, yet silence feels wrong. Too deliberate, too alive. The forest that once thrived with color now lies scarred, a graveyard of ash and fractured light. Rimuru stands amidst it all, the air still trembling from the battle that nearly rewrote the balance of gods. Velgrynd, the Scorch Dragon herself, has fallen quiet, but her flames still burn in memory, painting the sky red long after her departure. And though Tempest still stands, Rimuru knows. This victory feels hollow. The kind of silence that doesn't bring peace, only questions. He exhales, a sigh cutting through the faint hum of fading magic. So, that's it, huh? But even he doesn't believe it. His gaze moves over the wreckage, over the city barely saved by Geld's unshakable defense, and he feels it. Something deeper than exhaustion. The creeping awareness that what just happened wasn't the end of a battle. It was the beginning of something far more dangerous. Then comes the familiar voice, smooth, deferential, and somehow always irritating at the wrong time. Diablo appears, pristine as ever, his composure immune to chaos. "My lord," he begins with a bow, "I was merely ensuring no one interfered with your glorious combat." Rimuru stares at him, eyes half-lidded, tone flat. "Everyone else is cleaning up the mess, Diablo. Go join them." The demon nods obediently, but the faintest smirk betrays his amusement. That's their rhythm, loyalty wrapped in chaos, obedience edged with mischief. But Rimuru's exasperation fades when the air shifts, thick, burning, familiar. It's not over. Two presences clash in the distance, Veldora and Velgrynd, brother and sister, storm and flame. Rimuru doesn't even need to look to know what's happening. Veldora, in his infinite wisdom, is doing exactly the opposite of what he should. "My sister!" Veldora bellows, his tone a mix of desperation and panic. "I was going to tell you I was fine, truly, but Rimuru wouldn't let me." Rimuru's hand meets his forehead before he can stop himself. The sigh that escapes him could probably extinguish a volcano. Seriously, this idiot. It's absurd how divine beings can wage wars that bend the laws of creation, yet still squabble like children when the dust settles. But even amidst the farce, something darker stirs beneath the surface. Ciel's voice enters his mind, calm, ethereal, unshaken. Her words drop like stones into still water. Velgrynd was being controlled by Emperor Ludora. For a moment, Rimuru freezes. It's as if the battlefield stops breathing. The revelation slices through every assumption he had about that fight. Velgrynd wasn't just an enemy, she was a puppet. Her rage, her wrath, her defiance, it wasn't her own. Rimuru's chest tightens with quiet fury. He can feel it, the theft of will, the mockery of autonomy. "I can lift the influence on her." Ciel continues softly. "But what would you like to do?" That question. It isn't about strategy, it's about principle. Rimuru knows what it implies. He could bind Velgrynd, forge a soul corridor just like he did with Veldora. It would mean control or connection, dominion or trust. He hesitates. That's basically making her mine, isn't it? Ciel's answer is steady, almost cold in its logic. "You are now equivalent to a true dragon, my lord. You possess more than enough power. It is only natural that she submits to your authority." Her words are sharp, surgical, but Rimuru feels something twist inside. Submission, authority, control. These are the very things he's fought against becoming. He looks at the sky, at the quiet smoke curling above the ruins, and he makes his choice. "No, I won't enslave her. I'll connect with her on equal terms." It's not defiance, it's conviction. The kind that defines Rimuru not as a monster, but as something far rarer. A being who refuses to let power dictate worth, even when it would make everything easier. When Ciel opens the channel between them, the space around him distorts, a shimmering void, infinite and weightless. Velgrynd's consciousness materializes there, blazing and divine. Her fury hits him first. "Are you Rimuru? Quit messing with me! Let me out of here right now!" The sheer force of her voice makes the void vibrate, but Rimuru doesn't flinch. He stands steady, his tone low, patient. "You were being manipulated. I'm not here to cage you, I'm here to free you." She doesn't believe him, not yet. Fire roars around her like a living storm, but the moment Ciel begins dismantling Ludora's influence, everything changes. Her power fluctuates, her eyes flicker, confusion, then clarity. The link between her and Ludora begins to fracture. For a split second, Rimuru sees it, her true self breaking through the chains of divine domination. It's raw, vulnerable, and painfully human. Then, just as the moment teeters toward peace, Veldora barges in. "Sister, are you calm now? See? Rimuru's not so bad once you..." "Silence!" Her command is absolute. The void goes dead still. Rimuru and Veldora both freeze mid-breath like schoolboys caught misbehaving. For all his divine evolution, Rimuru can't help it. He laughs. It's ridiculous. The Storm Dragon, one of the mightiest beings in existence, reduced to silence by his furious sister. But behind the humor, the tension is palpable. Velgrynd turns to him, eyes like molten suns. I can hear my other self on the battlefield, but she can't hear me. What did you do to me? Ciel answers before Rimuru can. Her consciousness is split. This one here with you is free. The other remains under Ludora's control. I used unlimited imprisonment to cut the influence, one-way communication only. It's a masterstroke of logic and magic, and even Velgrynd can't hide her astonishment. For the first time, she truly looks at Rimuru, not as an enemy, but as someone who understood her torment. Rimuru meets her gaze, his voice softer now. If we analyze the difference between your two selves, I can prove you were under mind control. You don't have to just take my word for it. That simple offer, proof not persuasion, hits deeper than any speech could. For a being who's lived in pride and fury, truth is the one mercy she never expected. Veldora, of course, ruins the moment again. See, sister? I told you Rimuru's a stand-up guy. Silence. The command rings again, and the two dragons freeze once more. Even Rimuru can't stop the small smirk that creeps across his face. It's absurdly human, this divine sibling rivalry amid apocalyptic stakes. And yet, it's precisely that absurdity that makes them feel real. But the reprieve doesn't last. Through the soul corridor, Rimuru senses the other battlefield, the one still raging beyond sight. Velgrynd's separate body, still enslaved by Ludora's will, is surrounded by his allies. Even weakened, she remains a threat no one dares underestimate. Diablo steps forward, shattering the remnants of her collapsing dimension with clinical ease. His power hums through reality itself, and Rimuru, watching through the link, mutters, "He's competent when he's not ogling me." Veldora laughs, "He gives me treats." And for a brief, fleeting second, the apocalypse feels almost normal. Then comes the shot. Carrera, vengeful, relentless, fires the judgment bullet straight through the chaos. It pierces Velgrynd's body, golden light cleaving the air, and strikes Emperor Ludora squarely in the chest. The impact should have been fatal, should have ended it, but Ludora doesn't even flinch. The golden mark on his chest glows and fades, untouched. What the heck? Rimuru breathes. How could he just cancel out that attack? Ciel's answer cuts through like a whisper of divine law. Castle Guard, Michael's ultimate defense. It nullifies all external attacks by converting the loyalty of its believers into absolute protection. Invincible. But at a cost, immobility. A god's perfect shield that demands the devotion of others to exist. A prison of worship. Rimuru's expression darkens, so he can't even fight while it's active. Indeed, Ciel murmurs, but his subordinates can fight in his place. That is the design. The implication lands like a hammer. Ludora isn't just protected, he's weaponizing faith itself. Every loyal heart, every controlled mind, every pawn under his influence becomes another brick in his divine fortress. Velgrynd trembles. Your friend was right. I really was under Ludora's control. Her voice cracks, and for the first time her fire dims. She isn't the Scorch Dragon now. She's a woman waking from a nightmare, realizing she burned the world for someone else's dream. The silence that follows is heavy. Rimuru feels it in his chest. The guilt, the grief, the quiet acknowledgement of shared pain. But before words can heal, tragedy strikes again. The castle guard flickers for a heartbeat. Just enough for Ludora, no, for Michael, to move. His blade slides through Velgrynd's heart, a motion both cruel and divine. Her breath catches. The world slows. That man, my beloved Ludora, is no more. Her words fall like ash, quiet and final. And then the voice that answers isn't human at all. Michael speaks through Ludora's body, cold and radiant. Velgrynd, you should be honored. Your power will serve justice. Ciel's tone is empty of emotion as she explains. Ludora absorbed her power using Yuki's life stealer. It allows him to steal the strength of those he controls. Rimuru mutters, half in disbelief, half in disgust. What a cheater. Even now, humor leaks through his exhaustion. That's Rimuru's nature. When the world falls apart, he finds balance in the absurd. Veldora grins weakly. How about I take him on? Rimuru raises an eyebrow. Don't be ridiculous. You just got yelled at twice. I'll do it for a parfait. That line, simple, stupid, human, somehow makes Velgrynd smile through her pain. The first smile since awakening. a fragile ember in the ruins of gods. But even that ember can't hold back the gathering storm. Ludora's divinity now burns with Michael's purity. Justice without mercy, law without soul. And Rimuru knows, the war isn't over. It's only evolved. He looks at the horizon, at the scarred sky and broken earth, and something cold glints in his eyes. He's tired, but not defeated. Fine then, he murmurs. If this is the world they want to build, I'll tear it down and start over.